People said it was impossible. Doctors, scientists, even her own family, they all stood helplessly as the young CEO took her final breaths. Her empire was crumbling. Her body was shutting down. Her enemies were waiting for her death. But fate had other plans. Because on the same night she was declared beyond saving, a quiet single-dad veteran, a man no one noticed, a man life had battered again and again, walked into that hospital. And his blood carried a secret that would not only save her life, but change both of their destinies forever. What started as a desperate medical miracle soon became a story of healing, courage, and a love that neither of them ever expected. Isla Rahman was the kind of CEO people wrote headlines about. Sharp mind. Fierce determination. A heart that felt too much but showed too little. At only 32, she had built Sapphire Tech, a billion-dollar company leading medical innovation. The world saw her as unstoppable. Until the day her body couldn't keep up anymore. It began with fatigue she ignored. Then dizziness. Then collapsing during a board meeting. Doctors called it a rare autoimmune blood collapse. A condition so aggressive, not even the hospital she donated millions to could save her. Within days, Isla went from commanding boardrooms to lying silently in a hospital bed, tubes covering her arms, machines breathing for her. Around her stood people who admired her. And people who pretended to admire her because of what she owned. Her uncle, who only cared about the company shares. Her fiancé, who had already begun texting someone else. Shareholders whispering, "Maybe it's time to prepare for a replacement." She heard them even when they thought she couldn't. The world was ready to bury her. And Isla felt her strength slipping away. Meanwhile, across the city, Rehan Malik stood outside the pediatric ward, holding a teddy bear almost as old as his daughter. A single dad. An ex-army medic. A man who had lost more than he had ever gained. His daughter, Noor, only 8, fighting a stubborn blood infection, needed tests he could barely afford. He had sold his bike, taken double security shifts, even gone without meals. But he never showed his struggle in front of her. Tonight, he whispered to her sleeping form, "I'm right here, Noor. Baba's not going anywhere." When the nurse approached him with a form, she apologized. "We need one more blood sample." "It's routine." Rehan nodded. He was used to needles, he had seen worse in war. But the moment his blood was tested, alarms began going off in the lab. Not for danger, but because his blood carried something rare. Something almost impossible. A protein mutation that matched exactly what Isla needed. The nurse didn't understand the significance. But the head physician did. He ran down the hallway, breathless. "Where is the donor? Find him right now." A choice he shouldn't have to make. Rehan was called into a private room. "Mr. Malik," the doctor said, "your blood can save a young woman's life. She's hours from dying." Rehan frowned. "I'm not registered as a donor. This is an emergency." He hesitated. His daughter needed him. But if he refused, someone else's daughter might lose her life. "What about Noor's tests?" he asked softly. "We'll cover everything," the doctor promised. "And more." Rehan took a slow breath, then nodded. "Tell me what I need to do." The miracle no one expected. The transfer began at midnight. On one side of the glass, Isla, barely alive. On the other, Rehan, calm, expression unreadable, unaware that his decision would alter both their lives. The machines beeped. The medical team held their breath. Isla's pulse steadied. Her oxygen rose. Color returned to her face. Within hours, her body began doing the one thing it had refused to do for weeks.